Homer learns he owns stock in the Springfield nuclear power plant and sells his 100 shares for 25 cents apiece to a shady stockbroker, netting $25, which he spends on an expensive beer. Soon after the sale, he learns the value of the stock had kept rising over the course of the day to end at $52 per share. While Homer misses out on the windfall, he could have made $5,200. Other employees who clearly had larger shares make small fortunes, buying new cars, and Lenny gets a facelift. Homer regrets selling so low for beer, and his family is disappointed about Homer's recklessness, except Patty and Selma, who knew he'd screw up. The reason for the stock's inflated value is because a depressed Mr. Burns wants to sell the plant to pursue other interests. The sale is completed at a value of $100 million to two German businessmen, Hans and Fritz, who have been hanging out in Moe's looking for such an opportunity, which Homer inadvertently gave them the idea. They immediately began a thorough evaluation of the plant and its employees. When they interview Homer, he is unable to intelligently answer the questions and begins slipping in a now infamous fantasy about cavorting through the land of chocolate. Homer soon gets laid off. Depressed Homer mopes around the house, insisting he is a competent, safety-minded worker while jabbing at a plugged-in toaster with a mangled fork. Meanwhile, Burns is not having a good time in retirement and decides to go to Moe's Tavern to have a drink. However, Burns is called out by Homer, who says he lost his job after the sale. Homer asks if Burns' money cheers him up, but when Burns says yes, Homer tries another avenue if his money expresses love for him. When Burns says no, Homer and the other barflies start a chant of "Nobody loves you" and similar taunts. Humiliated, Burns leaves Moe's Tavern and remarks to Smithers that the men no longer fear him as he is no longer in a position of power. He also realizes ownership of the plant gave him that power and prestige and is resolved to regain ownership, much to Smithers' joy. Meanwhile, the Germans have completed their assessment, are shocked by the substandard conditions of the Springfield nuclear power plant, realize it will cost another $100 million to bring the plant up to code. Burns, noting their desperation to sell, offers them $50 million for the plant, saying that "you will find it," the offer, "most unfair." Burns cleans out his old office, which the Germans had made into a nursery, except for a toy pig. He takes the letter opener and orders Smithers to hire Homer Simpson. When Smithers reminds Burns of the disrespectful behavior of Homer at the bar, Burns says he's well aware of that and remarks how Homer will work for Burns a long time, likely forgetting about the incident and how the sword of Damocles is dangling over him. When Homer lets his guard down, Burns selects his idea, as evidenced by stabbing the toy pig. At the Simpson residence, Homer, having just gotten off the phone, joyously tells Marge and the kids that he got his job back.